Hey, everybody. Welcome to Making Connections. This is your girl, Aly. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. You guys know that I love Mondays and Saturdays because we get to spend time together. And so, you guys also know as you see the flyers going through the screens, there's different things going on in the community, organizations that are providing help, organizations that need help. So, if there's any contact information that you maybe didn't get as it was going by, you should be able to go to the Facebook group, Making Connections with Aly, and get that information. And so, I'm really excited about our interview today. And our guest is Mr. K. Davis, the
How's it
Hitman.
going?
How you doing
All
today?
right. I'm doing good today. God is great. God is great.
Yeah, all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, so welcome to now the Making Connections family. And before we get into the interview, I just want you to tell the people who you are, and then we'll jump into all the exciting things you have going on.
Okay, my name is K. Davis, the Hitman. I'm from the South Bronx. I'm a hip hop recording artist, slash sort of an actor, and I'm also trying to become an activist at the moment. Speaking to children and the youth and public places, and just trying to get the world back where it belongs. So I got my Kango on, my old school Kango on.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, all those things are definitely amazing. But what we're gonna start with is your music. And so I know you have a new single out, and tell us what the name of that new single is.
It's called Dog Fresh, yo. Mm.
Doug
Dog,
Fresh.
right.
All
Like
right,
that.
all right. So what inspired you to record this song?
Well, my uncle was Dougie Fresh, so I figured that I'd give back to the hip hop industry in a different way. When you can give somebody money, gifts, and a house, a car, whatever, but to give somebody acknowledgement for what they've done for us, a generation of people, is a beautiful thing. So I named it Doug Fresh, and I named it after him. I made the record catered towards him because he liked to dance a lot on stage, and I just wanted to be fun. I want to bring fun back to the game. Fun, have fun, laugh a little bit. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
That part. And like you said, just, a good time, a good vibe, where
Right.
everybody can just, and it's for everybody. You know what I'm saying? That when that
Right.
beat drops, which you guys will hear it shortly, but when
Hmm.
the beat drops, it's just like you don't have no choice but to move something, right?
Hmm. That's right. You forced to dance. You forced to have fun. Yeah. Hmm.
So let's talk about. I know you said your uncle is Dougie Fresh, but so like, have you always like watching him? Did he inspire you to get into music? Did you get to follow him like on tours, or what was that like?
Oh yeah, I went on plenty of tours. I mean, I'm toured out. I followed him my whole life. That's my father's younger brother. So when my father and I was teenagers, my father had me first. I was the firstborn child, so I got a
Okay.
chance to see a lot as a young person, and he inspired me like the most, besides Jesus Christ and God, who inspired me to keep living. He inspired me to keep fighting for what I want. Don't never stop and give up because it will happen if you fight hard enough and long enough and you make the right quality for people to enjoy. So he's a big part of my life, a big part.
Awesome. Is your dad musically inclined as well?
Oh, my father was a soldier. He's military.
Okay.
He's military, and he's a retired vet. Um, his mind is just military. But he got a little music in him if you push out a little something, something stylistic, Delphonics, Manhattans, you know.
uh, so he was on his own kind of tour.
Yeah, yeah, saving
With-
us from wars.
Right.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's cool though. I mean, I think that, whatever topic can kind of relate to people because your dad was on a tour, you know, saving us, keeping us safe, but then your
Hmm.
uncle was on a tour still helping us, ministering
Right.
to us through music,
Hmm.
which is what you have continued to do, like you said, bringing fun to people's life, making people, because, a lot of times, you can be down or something like that, but you hear a song and it
Hmm.
just you forget about what you're going through and you just before you know it you're just like in a different space, right?
Right. You're in the zone. You're in the zone. I'm gonna throw my player hat for that. Hold on. I'm gonna do something for y'all. Live in an interview. This never been done right now. This
All
is
right.
how
Exclusive here on.
this is how we're gonna do it. Okay?
Okay.
That's how we're gonna do it.
Yes,
Hey,
yes. There we go.
we are not grown and sexy right now. Not grown and sexy. Yeah,
Exclusive on the Making Connections with Aly show. You got it. Kay
that's
Davis.
right. Right. Mhm.
Yeah. So, do you play instruments? Do you sing? Do you write all your
Mhm.
music? What is your life like in that scene?
Well, I started out young and making beats. I mean, I can't play keyboards or guitar, but I make beats. Mess around with sampling and singing wise, I can't hold a note like Melvin and the Blue Notes, but I mean, I could do a little humming and creating something that would turn into a riff, you know. But I write all
Mm,
my songs because sometimes a song might come to me like I could be sitting right here and something to pop in my mind. And songwriting is just imagination of what you want the people to see. When I went to school, I took up English and I love English and grammar, so I learned how to write real good, and
okay.
so I write my stuff. I like writers too, but I want to add my little 2 cents in as well now. You know,
Right.
don't be stingy. Yeah.
So that's cool. So when you were like touring and or even now, like who, other than your uncle, like who else inspired you?
Mm. Well, Smooth B from Nice and Smooth, him and Nice and Smooth inspired me, the old school rappers. Um, David Ruffin was a big inspiration in my life because he was just so slick and smooth. Frankie Lyman, the talent he had, the voice from a little guy. Little Anthony, another little guy with a big voice. James Brown as well. We're gonna get deeper than that. I love the stylistics to death because it's like to see these guys get up there and the routines was on point. The singing was amazing. It's like ooh, so it's like they inspire me to be myself and to sound like
Mhm.
me and to project my voice into an instrument and make the people feel me in their heart. And then when somebody can
Mm,
feel it in their heart and their gut, that means you got them. You can listen all day, but if you don't feel it, it's like okay, it's a good song. But you want to feel it and talk about it. You know.
right, right.
Mhm.
That's cool. I like that. Is there anybody like that you still haven't met yet that you would really like to meet or maybe like to do a song with?
Yeah, Jay Z. I didn't meet him like that. Um, Young people, I would love to do a song with the baby because I just feel like even though he's a little loose, but he could be controlled and he got a good mind. You know,
Hmm.
white, not to me, not no culture shock, but white people, Celine Dion. I would love to do a record with her because her voice is just ooh.
Oh yeah.
Um, NSYNC, I like them. Um, I got too many people because a lot of people I want to do a lot of people I want to do records with is older, old school guys. They really ain't doing it like Special Ed and they are so, you know, and the younger generation. I just can't get into the drill thing. Like I want to. I can do it, but it's just not for me. It's like it don't make sense to me. It's like it's just
Right.
you out there talking about killing, killing, killing. We already dying from the police and from the people in the street. So why we want to
Right.
promote killing, killing, killing? You know,
Right.
does it make you a tough guy because you could kill that man that have a family and a mother and a grandmother? Does that make you tough? Or does it make you tough when you get out there and be yourself? That's tough. It's hard to be yourself.
Now let's talk about that because
Hmm.
I think a lot of people are stuck in that place. They feel
Hmm.
like they either have to emulate somebody because, just like you said, like with your music, you saw these people and they were doing great, and you could have tried to emulate them, be exactly like them, but it wouldn't have been genuine. How long
Right.
would that have lasted? And so, like, I think a lot of people in life, they're just unsure about who they are. And they feel like maybe they're not enough. If they show up, this is them, it might not be enough. What do you think about that?
I think that people are confused mentally. Mentally, they in a state of mind where if you're not wearing a certain clothes, if you're not looking a certain way, dressed a certain way, you're not accepted. So acceptancy is a big part of what's playing around in the industry, in real life, in our households. Everybody want to be accepted. So if you come out wearing like you had the bifocal glasses and big jeans, you're gonna get laughed at. But that's what you're wearing. So if they don't accept it, then that's the problem. But in your mind, you have to accept yourself before you can be accepted. So whatever everything that you said just now is the truth, and I just feel like it need to change. And the only way we're going to change is let you do it. That's why I made Doug Fresh because it's not drill, it's not trap, it's party. And I'm trying to show the youth that you can have fun and still be that tough guy. You know,
Right.
right? I was
You
once
know,
there before.
mm, and I think, people get that wrong a lot of times, like you were just saying. It's like if you show a little bit of genuineness or you show a little bit of kindness, then people
Hmm.
think you're just weak. But that's not so.
Right,
I mean, you walk
right.
in whatever, you're able to flow in whatever area is needed. If I need to be strong right now, I can do that. If I need
Hmm.
to be gentle, I can do that. And I think
Hmm.
that's what makes a person such a well-rounded person when
Hmm.
because you're able to then you're able to connect with different people, right?
Right. That's right. That's right. And also, be able to connect with God. See, what people don't understand, like I talk about the Lord all the time. Let me show you something. And I'm doing this right now because I want y'all to see it. This book right here saved my life many years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I read it. I read it like it's a. You know how people read cartoon character, comic books, and they read like regular books about like killing, whatever. I read the Bible like it's a part of my life and my day because it saves you. It shows you who you are and why you're here. A lot of people don't know why they're here. They don't even know their purpose of being here. You rapping. What's your purpose of rapping? What are you rapping about? Why are you doing it? You see,
Right.
purpose is what
Exactly.
people don't have. Hmm.
That's good.
So,
So what if maybe a person is having, they haven't found their purpose. They don't really know. What would you say to them? Like what steps did like when you were really getting to that place, what steps did you take?
well, what I did was I talked to God and asked God to show me, and I looked for signs. Like I knew that I could dance. I knew that I was a guy that loved to go on clubs and and my purpose was to make people feel good. So if you can't find your purpose, it's because you're not looking in the right direction. You're trying to impress and make your friends happy. Oh, yo, you were tough. Yo, he was up there. He smacked the dude in the face. You want to be talked about and be impressed, but when you could have been a dude to go over there and stop the guy from getting smacked in the face. So your purpose
Right.
could be to save. Only way you're gonna find your purpose is as you listen to your heart and you whatever you feel when something happens. Like say when you go cook something, you might have a taste for uh, uh, lasagna with no meat in it. That your purpose is to cook lasagna with no meat. Because you could have cooked a lasagna with meat and then you wind up having heartburn, lead to a heart attack. You see? So
Right.
when you look for
Right.
your purpose, you gotta ask God first. God will show you your purpose. He will guide you. You gotta go. Don't be scared of him because he loved you.
Mhm.
And I hate that people don't acknowledge the Lord like they're supposed to acknowledge the Lord.
Right.
You wake
Right.
up, thank the Lord for waking up. Just I be in the street walking sometime, I be talking to the Lord, and they be like, "Yo, this guy crazy talking to his son." No, I could talk to God wherever I want to talk to him, man. I have to be in the church to talk to God.
You
So
better.
that's how you find your purpose, the
I
Lord.
think that's good because again, a lot of people don't do that. And I think a lot of people are really scared to talk to God because they think God
Mhm.
is gonna they don't know how fun he can be.
Right.
They think that he's gonna take everything away from them. You can't dance, you can't listen to music. But
Mhm.
look at you.
Mhm.
I mean, you listen to music, you make music, you're out there.
Mhm.
They think that, I mean, I just think they have that concept that being a Christian means you can't have any emotions, you can't have any
They scared.
feelings, you
They
can't live.
scared. That's right. You know something? I make secular music, right? But I also incorporate a message from the Lord. I got a record called Better Days, and I prayed in that record. I got a bunch of
Mhm.
records. I mean, the reason why Some pastors got mad at me. A few of them did because I made a record that was so hard, but I put a prayer in the beginning, Matthew 25 in the beginning, and I rapped about dudes getting shot and stuff. But it wasn't about me shooting dudes. This is I'm trying to explain to the youth that this is what's going to happen if you go that way. So you're not going to hear me. You don't want kids don't want to have nobody talk to them. No, I don't want to hear that. That's not cool. So I'm going to put it in a story so you can see it. The
Right.
Bible's a story. We seeing it from the
Right.
beginning. So if I can build a story to show you, if you go out in the streets, I got children. You go out in the streets and you sell these drugs, you become a gangbanger, you do what you do. This is what's going to happen to you. So if you're willing to die for that, if that's what your beliefs are, I don't think I can do is show you. I can't force you.
Right.
So
Right.
I try to bring God, I try to bring the Lord into the youth early. So even if they want to be out there and have fun, they know that God is still there.
Right. Right.
I can't stand it. People are forgetting who created this world, who made us, who why I'm here breathing and talking. You know something? One
Hmm.
story real quick. I was waiting for something to come, right? And it was getting denied. I'm like, oh, so I asked God. I said, listen, Lord, please. I need this, Lord. If you don't do nothing else for me today, please, Lord Jesus, please. I looked at my email and it was there. He heard. That's how I know he's everywhere. He's right here, right now.
Right.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
This ain't no act, y'all. This is for real. My name is Kareem Davis. I make hits and I'm a grown man. That's why it's Hitman. I make hits and I'm a grown man.
There
So
you go.
right.
I know I was going to ask you that because when I was telling that somebody was asking me who I was interviewing, and I said K Davis, a hitman, and they was like, "Hitman? Is he a hitman?" Oh, okay,
The whole
nice.
passage. I got the whole passage on here. I mean, you can't see it, but I got a whole scripture. A whole
Okay.
scripture. And listen, this is a beautiful day.
Hmm. But I think it's wonderful, and I think you also, we'll talk about you going to the schools and talking to the different youth groups and prisons and stuff like that. But I think it's so important because a lot of times, I mean, a lot of times I think we take for granted that people just know what's going to happen.
Right.
Okay, why did I have to tell them if they started slinging drugs that they could get killed? I mean, a lot of times they just following the crowd. A lot of times
Mhm.
they see it on TV, but they don't think it's happening to them. They think
Right.
that's just TV. But the fact that you talk to them and you tell them, okay, you can do what you want to do, but I'm
Hmm.
here to tell you that these are the results of this choice.
Hmm. That's right. That's right. That's
And
it.
and we have to tell them that because seriously, a lot of people just don't, because a lot of people don't get caught, or a lot of people may not get shot,
Not
but
yet.
it's
Not
still
yet.
taking something away from their life, right?
Right. They don't get caught, but it always comes to a tragic end. You could be selling drugs for 10, 15 years, mansions, Bentleys, jury, women, but at the end of the day, you always go down by that hand that you dealt. And I understand, like, I looked at this story, right? And it was Jesus of Nazareth, and he was being crucified. And they said, do you know him? And I think Peter said, no, I don't know him.
Mhm.
And that's what's going on. Like, all he had to do was say, I know him, and take that forward with him because he loves you. So the youth
Right.
for the day is like they don't know the OGs because they feel like we older or we ain't cool. But I'm trying to save you. Like when I talk to children and youth, they all be like, you ain't cool. What's cool about the truth? The truth is the truth. You here because
Exactly.
you choose to be here, not because you want to be, because you did something that you knew. You in there, you still inside the lockup, fighting, cutting, and stabbing. That's not gonna reform you. And I tell them
Right.
like, if you get reformed, God has a plan for you. You get to see your mission. People forget their mission, what they here to do.
Wow.
The
And
mission.
that is just that reform part. We forget about that too. We
Mhm.
think nowadays, people get locked up, and I don't see the transformation. I don't see the reformation. I know they're doing their time, but you know, and I know they have programs and things like that, but it's just I don't know. I think it's different from the way it was even 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
It
And the
is.
programs that were offered,
Mhm.
a lot of them are not offered anymore.
Right. You know why? Because it was taken away because the program was offered because a lot of ignorant Negroes was in there and they wasn't taking advantage of the programs. Now we got another generation of Negroes that took advantage of it and got smart as them. Oh no, you can't have that. Take that away. Like we're gonna go here. We're not gonna go too far because I can go far. Um, the white man put certain things in prisons and schools for us to learn enough. And when we get a chance to learn as much as them, they either take it away, bash us, or they crucify us in different ways that we could not imagine. Bashing, crucifying could be they'll find your past, or he raped a girl a long time ago, or he used to smoke crack. And they'll throw that out in the media just to bash you, and it'll take away from you learning the knowledge they know. So now people are not thinking about how smart you are, they think about that crack you smoke, or you was a
Right,
hoe, or she
right,
slept with 20 guys a long time ago, or she's used to that. But this girl is intelligent. She's fixed up. She's better now. So
right.
that's what the media, social media, is doing to our youth because it's not used the right way. Social media was put here to find people and find friends and families, and then it went to businesses, and it went to having sex up there and women butt naked. Why you got to get naked for to prove a point? You got to prove you got a body. That's your body. You shouldn't have to
Right.
show it to the world to get a like.
Thank you.
I'm tired of it. I'm sick of everything I look on Instagram is naked booty, naked booty. Like I seen so much booty, I feel like I'm a toilet. You know what I mean? Like,
Not
come
a
on, like
toilet.
nobody want to
But
get
yeah,
seen.
I mean, you really do. You have to be selective. I mean, everybody wants 5,000 friends, but you got to be careful about who you let on your
Right,
friends list and who you allow to follow you, because
right.
who knows what
You
they're
want
up to.
five
And you
thousand.
have to
You want
be, go ahead.
no, 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 no. I'm agreeing with you because you hit a nerve. You have 5,000 friends, but you don't know 5,000 friends. You don't talk to 5,000 friends. Out of all 5,000 friends, when you can't pay your rent, who's going to give you money for that rent? Out of all 5,000
Mm, you better
friends,
not get on there ask for nothing.
right? When you hungry and you broke and you up there saying you can donate, why you only got $20, but you got 5,000 friends?
Honey, and then by the time you ask something, you're going to have 3,000 friends because they asking for money. Unlike,
There
unfollow,
we
block.
go. There we go. That's why we here right now. We proving a point that people are not justifying truth. They're not actually, being what they supposed to be in life. Everybody want to be something that they not.
Right, right.
I'm who I
Just be
am.
genuine. Yeah,
Right. The
right.
Lord, the Lord brought when I was birthed, I came out birthed musically inclined. I'm not gonna say some interview, I was at 9, I was at 8, I was at 10. No, I didn't start at no 9, 8. I started at 14 because I didn't know what it was at first. And I saw it on this thing called Hot Tracks back in the days. And
Yeah.
MTV only played white people. It was just Run DMC was the only black artist on MTV. And I said, man,
Mhm.
I'm humming a song, and then I see my uncle on a BLS van. I said, oh, I could do that. Then he always had me like with the lap. He said, follow this, follow the click. He said, rap to this. I rap to this first. And I rap to this and I got it, then I rap to a beat. Then all of a sudden, it was like it just came natural. My grandmother Arlene was a jazz singer. She was taking singing up back in the 50s and stuff, and
Oh,
mother, Arlene Davis, she passed on. And my grandmother Frances, she wasn't no singer, but she was musically inclined. She knew every record. She played the old, she's from Charleston, South Carolina, so they play all of the Geechee music, all of the home down music, the chilling music. You know what I mean? So, Charleston, South Carolina, good town. I'm in Greenville
yeah.
now. So, but I mean, Charleston, South Carolina was a good town, and it was music. The church was music. It wasn't no boring church. They was getting it in. Like, whoo, what's this? And then that was it.
Honey, and let's even talk about the music in the church. It's like
Talk about
before
it.
people would get together, this one had this talent, and this one could hit the
Mhm,
keys, and this one could get on the guitar, or
mhm,
whatever. And they just came together
mhm.
and they just played. It wasn't no
Right.
competition. It was just
Nope.
like, let's just flow.
And it
And the
wasn't made
music,
up.
I mean, back we could just, sing to hand clap and stomping our feet. But
That's it.
now it's like you got to have everything, a
Everything.
whole orchestra. and you got to pay them $10,000 to show up.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm like,
terrible. That's not church. That's
yeah,
you know what that's called? That's called an organization. It's called a business. It ain't church
right,
no more. It's a profit of profiting. You got pastors that live in mansions and Bentleys and champagne, sleeping with everybody's wife, but they come into church praising the Lord, and that's not praising. A pastor's supposed to be what we are. He's supposed to help everybody get out that situation. But while you driving home to a fancy place, and I got to go home to mice or go home on the train getting mugged, but I just gave you all my offerings, gave you everything in my pocket because you said you're gonna help me praise the Lord. I don't know. That's not church.
yeah.
You give
You know,
offerings to help the church stay there, like to be help to
right.
build the church. But when you see a pastor coming with a Rolex and a diamond chain, that's not a pastor. That's a pimp.
Especially like you say, if the church is not doing well. I mean,
Mhm.
I say, how does it go? I can't think of the scripture right now, but everybody, deserves, if they're putting in the time, if they're doing the work, of
Mhm.
course they deserve their offering.
Right. That's right.
But
That's right.
if you're not doing the work, like you said, if you don't realize 3/4 of your congregation
Right.
is about to be evicted,
And
lights
that's
cut
what I'm
off
talking
every
about.
other month, that's a different story. No.
Right. That's
It's
what
time
I'm
for you to
talking
do
about.
something and teach them. How did you get your money? If you invested it, teach them how to invest, right?
Right. But they don't want to because it's a certain thing in the church called selfishness. And for them to see you become back to what we said before, great as them is a threat. And I don't have no issue with any pastors or deacons or anybody. I have issue with
Hmm.
phonies, people that's going to use and prey on the weak people that need God the most, but you promising them
Right,
something they're never going to get.
right,
That's
right,
wrong. That's
right.
completely wrong to me. So I walk around the world. I travel the world more than flight attendants. I'll be all over the place. Every state, country, I'll be there. And my conversation won't never change. I'm here to help you, not be against you or destroy you.
Right, right, right.
No, Malcolm X did it. Martin Luther did it. Why
Yeah.
can't
Oh, yeah. You can, and we need more people like you with that attitude who are doing it, showing people the way, because it's
I?
enough money out there for everybody.
It is.
It's enough positions and different things you can do in a church, and all of it is just as important. I don't care if you're a doorkeeper, you're just as important as the pastor
That's
because
right. You're
you
important.
encounter the people when they come in the door.
Hmm.
You set the temperature for this person to be able to receive what God has for them that day.
That's
So,
right.
you
That's
know,
right. Do you know that your social security card is the amount of money that's owed to you?
mm-mm,
That's another
what you
level.
mean?
Like the social security card is a bank. It's a national treasure bank of the United States of America, which the social security number is the amount of money that the state has or that the state has that's recommended to you. But nobody was taught that, so you don't know how to get it. You got these
Right,
white folks that know how to get it. That's why they more wealthy than us because they in tune. Like when you go to a Christian church, a Baptist church, a Muslim church, or Jehovah Witness church, what's the difference in each church to you?
I don't know. Go ahead and tell me.
Nothing. The name Jehovah, God, Yeshua, Yahshua. I
Hmm.
mean, I'm deep with it because it's all that we praise of the same person. Like some people, some Moors believe that we are God. They believe that the sun is God, being. But nobody. One night I was dreaming and I heard a voice saying, "Get up, work, no sleep." And I looked around, there was nobody there. And I heard the voice again, real deep, and it said, "Go to the computer." I went to the computer and there was a beat there that somebody sent me from an 18-year-old kid that sent me the beat.
Mm.
I listened to it. I said, "Damn, this is dope." I sent it to my uncle, and we fixed it up a little bit, and it became Doug Fresh.
Okay.
God sent me to that record. That's why the record is special, and I won't give up on it.
All right. Well, since you're on that record and you're talking about it, tell us a little bit, okay, so we know how, it came about.
Mhm.
Um, but why did it turn into Dougie Fresh, you think?
because I felt like I felt like Doug wasn't being acknowledged the way I want him to. Because I feel like he needed to be acknowledged more for the contribution he did, and the record sound like him. It sounded like something that he would do. So I wanted to show him that I've grown and I became an entertainer as well. So it was fun. I just couldn't stop moving to it. Like, and the beat was dope, and I just couldn't stop moving to it. And I started riffing to it, and then the Doug Fresh is fun to do. The dance is fun to do, and it was, I liked it a lot.
Awesome. And so, like I said, while you're talking about that, we are actually going to listen to that song. And so, it's out on what all platforms?
Yeah, all platforms. The main platform is Spotify. Doug Fresh radio version. I made a clean version for y'all as well. And you can go stream it. I'm not asking you to download it. Just listen to it a couple of times, and if you like it, take it with you. If you don't, then it's okay, baby. Keep it there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you guys stay with us. We're gonna listen to the song right now, and then we're gonna be back with more with Kay Davis.
Let's go.
We gon' party tonight. Come on. Wiggle it. Drop down, girl. Wiggle it. Drop down, girl. Wiggle it. What's up? Drop down, girl. Wiggle it. Oh, damn. Shorty looking good. She the type of chick I wanna see in my hood. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I wanna give her to a body on fire. Put a little wiggle to ya. Get a loose, lady. Yeah, you the truth, lady. We can ride out, lean back in Mercedes. 2022, you grown, girl, you 22. I'm a bronze dude, that show you what this money do. Big house, big car, something stunners do. Let it act up, try to come at you. I exercise my muscles like runners do. And you a bad bitch, see, it's only one of you. Get it, girl, let me see you. Drop down on the floor, do the eagle. Get it, girl, you the best. Let me see you hit the floor and Doug Fresh. Get it, girl, let me see you. Drop down on the floor, do the eagle. Get it, girl, you the best. Let me see you hit the floor and Doug Fresh. Just do it, girl. Just do it, girl. You flossy, fancy, I knew it, girl. Toe game crazy, plus you on point. You got a bite like a you a joint. Do your dance, girl. Let them all see it. You the life for the party. Come on, be it. Lot of ice on your wrist, see your neck, ski it. Tag your girlfriend, put her on the floor, see it. Do your dance, girl. Get nasty. Do your dance, girl. Get nasty. Do your dance, girl. Get classy. Do your dance, girl. Get sassy. I want everybody to back up from the ropes. Back up from the ropes. It's gonna happen right now. It's going down. She gonna get it. She gonna get it. We all gonna get it. Let's go. Get it, girl. Let me see you. Drop down on the floor, do the eagle. Get it, girl. You the best. Let me see you hit the floor and Doug Fresh. Get it, girl. Let me see you. Drop down on the floor, do the eagle. Get it, girl. You the best. Let me see you hit the floor and Doug Fresh. Get it, girl. Let me see you. Drop down on the floor, do the eagle. Get it, girl, you the best. Let me see you hit the floor and Doug Fresh. Get it, girl, let me see you. Drop down on the floor, do the eagle. Get it, girl, you the best. Let me see you hit the floor and Doug Fresh.
Hey, hey,
Hey,
everybody.
what
We are back with Kay
I got
Davis, the Hitman.
had
We
to
just
change
listened to his
sceneries for you.
huh?
Had to change sceneries for you one time. Yeah.
Yes, I like it. I like it. I
All
can see
right.
your face and everything.
Hey,
So,
hey.
so
Mhm.
we have established earlier that he is the hitman because he is a grown man making hits.
That's
And how
right.
many of y'all, while y'all was listening to that, was doing the Dougie Fresh? I know you was. I know he was.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
remember seeing your uncle do that, and I mean, he would just be. It's just like nothing. He was just jamming.
Yes.
So I
Mhm.
like that song. It's a good job. Good job with that.
Thank you. Mhm.
Yes. And I definitely got to hear some of your other music. I mean, I've listened to a couple songs, but the ones that you were just talking about earlier, I don't think I've gotten to those yet. So I got to check. I got to
I got a
continue
song.
checking you out.
I got a song called Grandfather's Day just for the grandfathers.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna send it to you. Yeah, it's like
Okay.
I always love my mama because she's my only girl. I got something for y'all grandfathers that's just for y'all because if it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't been here. Mhm.
Say that. Send it
Right.
to me, and I'm gonna play it on the show right before Father's Day. That Saturday before Father's
Oh
Day.
yes, it's gonna make
I'm
them
play
happy.
it that day.
Yeah, that's gonna come right to you.
Yes.
Yeah. Hmm.
I love it. I love it. So, with your music and with your, inspirational speaking and things like that, I know you also said earlier you're getting into acting or you want
Yeah,
to do more acting.
yeah.
So,
Mhm.
what's that path look like for you? What's going on there?
Whew, it looks great. I mean, actually, I'm going to California this Saturday to be in a movie with a lady named
Okay.
Candy Strokes. It's the Dog Pound is in it. Cuban Gooding Jr.'s brother, Omar Gooding Jr., Howard Hewitt.
Hmm.
Nice little movie. And it's my
Okay.
first time getting a long speaking role. I'm actually in the new Blade movie coming up. I'm in that a little bit. I'm in the movie though, and I did three underrated B-roll movies just for a test. One called Day and Night Part One on YouTube and Facebook. One called Day and Night Part Two, and one called The Boss. So I did
Okay.
those movies, and I can handle it. It's just like like once again being yourself.
Right, right. Getting into that character and just making it,
That's right.
what it is.
Imagination.
Yes, I know Howard Hewitt has been doing a lot of when the when the pandemic hit, he started
Yeah.
doing a lot of virtual concerts and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So he's big
Good
on
man.
social
Good
media.
man. Love him. Good person.
Yeah.
He talks. When I talk to him, the conversation be beautiful. Like it's we on the same level. And I'm younger than him, but my level is like, wow, Doug taught you a lot. And
Mhm.
I teach myself a lot too. I watch a lot of interviews. I watch when I meet these stars, we click immediately. They're like, hey, I love your uncle. Okay, you're gonna love me now because this is what's gonna happen.
Right,
I'm gonna talk to
right.
you with respect. You know.
Exactly, because again, like you said, though, of course, maybe they recognize you through your uncle or something like that,
Yes.
or they talk about your uncle, but then they meet Kay Davis. They
Oh,
talk to
lovely.
you. They get to
That's
know
right.
who you are, where your heart is, and what your desire is with your music, and then they're like, okay, yeah, I can see
Hmm.
this.
Hmm. Yeah.
So with
That
your
happened.
music, with your acting roles and things like that, what is like what impact do you want all this to have on your community, on your family?
I want them to see that I made it from nothing. And I want our families to be proud and just ensured, comfortable, and confident that we're gonna survive and we're gonna make it together. And I want my public and my community to see that when I'm out there in Hollywood or wherever I'm at trying to get work and I make it successfully, like really big, I'm still for the people. I'm still down with my people. I'm not gonna turn coat, switch up, act brand new. No, I'm still in the neighborhood preaching. I could be in a movie with Denzel Washington and Beyonce, a big movie, blockbuster. Will Smith kind of blockbuster movie. Still like Will, Will's a good man, but
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna still go back to the neighborhood and still continue my preaching. That's not gonna stop.
Right,
No matter how big of a star I get, I'm gonna be a mega superstar. I'm gonna preach more.
right,
I'm gonna go to these ghettos. I'm not scared of the ghetto. They need me because I'm trying to tell y'all how to get out there and how I'm
right.
trying to tell y'all well, this is what I'm here to do. Help y'all walk the lands, the
Yes.
dangerous lands, and turn it into a nice place to be. Everybody's scared to go to State War in Detroit, Seventh War. They're scared to go down there to 8 Mile. They're scared to go to like real bad neighborhoods because they're scared they're gonna get killed. But you get a hold of the hardest person out there and get into his mind and let him know the truth, he'll spread the word to everybody else. Like
Yep.
roaches come in your house and lay one egg and it's like, oh my God, infestation. I want to infestate somebody's mind with the real truth, why you supposed to be the way you're supposed to be, my, for your people.
Right, right, right.
Mhm.
I love it. Because, a lot of people, I mean, even in little rural areas that aren't really that tough, I mean, a lot of times I saw that even like with COVID, they would
Mhm.
take like what do you call it? The vaccines and stuff and
Right.
take it from the rural areas to send it to the somewhere
Mhm.
bigger, somewhere,
Mhm.
where more important people, so they say
Right.
were. And I'm like, well, what about these people?
You
When
know
did they
why
get
I
their
know?
doses? You know
You
what
know
I'm
why they
saying?
done
And
that for?
so,
You know
huh?
why they did that for? You know why they did
What?
that? It's because the way a mind thinks is now you got me started. The way a mind thinks is they send it to the most popular people on the planet and make us feel like, damn, we got to get it too because they popular and they getting it. But that's the setup
Hmm.
for you to want to get
Gotcha.
it. They put it in the ghettos, it ain't gonna matter. So when you're looking at publicity, media, TV, television, they want to show that the most powerful, richest people are getting this vaccine, so you have to get it too. And that's
Gotcha.
what made people say, "Well, I got to get the vaccine because Beyonce got it." You see what I'm saying?
Right,
Vaccine
right,
number
right, right.
water. We go, when you go to the hospital, you get the little water bag, and you dehydrate it. That's vaccine. That's it. So you're getting water shot
Right.
up in your body. We can shoot water outside. We can drink it.
If we just drink it, we won't have to go there, right?
Right.
I love it. I mean, I just think that I think your mission is great. I think there's a lot of work.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people you can influence, and just teach them. And that's the thing about teaching them the right thing. Teaching them the different opportunities, letting them know that there's still life out there. A lot of times we get stuck in our just say our town, our house, our job, and we think that there's nothing else out there that is
Right.
available to us.
Right.
But we get scared and we just stay in a place that we're not happy,
Mhm.
place that we feel like this is the only place that's going to accept us, but that's not
Mhm.
true. And maybe you reach out, maybe you moved and it didn't work out, but that's okay. Move somewhere else, right? Continue,
That's right.
keep fighting, keep working. Like you, I think you said that earlier. You got to keep at it until it manifests.
That's
You
right.
can't just try it one time because the first time you try it, you really don't even know everything. Like the first
Right.
time, even you having a famous uncle, when you produced your first song, you couldn't have done it all by yourself because you didn't
Nope.
know everything, right?
That's right. I had a team.
Yeah.
And you know
And so
something?
now,
Everything,
go ahead.
everything don't explode. You can have a dope record and it might not go nowhere because it's not the first, second, third time you do it. This is like culture and it's like a lifetime thing. Like
Yeah.
when you start doing your thing, you have to start from the bottom and you just kept at it and look where you at now. Your own TV
Right.
show. And it's a beautiful platform to have artists come on here. And I commend you and thank you for that. You own this. Go get
Thank
it.
you.
Go get your blessings. You own it.
Yes, yes, honey.
Right.
And you're right, because I tell everybody like the very first day, and when I first started, I had a partner. And so, but the first day we were going to do a show, we started on Mother's Day weekend. So our anniversary is actually coming up. It's like our fourth year.
Wow.
Um, and so I was like, just cut it, forget it. Don't let's reschedule some other day. I was just like, oh my gosh, what have we done? And then I was like, okay, we have our first show, but I was like, where are the guests going to come from? Who do we know? What are we going to talk about? And here we are, 4 years later.
Congratulations
And we
on your
have Kay
success.
Davis, the hitman, on our
Yes.
show. Yes, woo
Yes.
woo.
I'm proud to be here. Woo woo. Throw the horns up. Proud to be here. It's a privilege to
Yeah,
talk, have a platform to
that's
live
it.
off of and spread the word.
Yeah. And
Yes.
that's what we got to do. We got to keep working together. We got to keep encouraging one another. I may never get to California, but I know you've been there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
We
now
will
we're
get there.
connected though. And
Mhm.
whatever you share, and I see you doing things in the neighborhood, I'm going to share that. So
That's
it's
right.
still a way of all of us making an impact.
That's right. You're
I
gonna get to
love it.
California. It ain't nothing but a flight away. And when you go out there, you're gonna be great.
True.
You're gonna be great. You're gonna be a success story. They're gonna love you.
You gonna call me up and be like, hey, we got to film and we got to roll for
We
you.
got
Come
roll
on
for
out,
you.
girl.
Let's go, girl. Get your lines on. Yeah.
Yes, I can do that. I can do that.
Mhm.
I can do it. Just call me.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So, what else would you like to, even about yourself, just you personally, what else would you like our family to know about you or, tell them to look out for?
Well, look out for a guy that's just trying to survive. I want to help people. My main goal in this world, this planet, this universe that we're living in, this shell I'm in, before my beam leaves, I want to help as many people as I can because it's not about me. It's about the younger generation. It's about
Right,
the next person because I feel like some people in the world don't have the proper help to get their dreams to come true. Doug is my uncle, but he didn't give it to me like that. He didn't say, "Here, take it." I had to earn that. I worked
right,
hard for it. I wrote songs with him that came out that was successful. I never ever told people what I did, and I feel like I want to be more of a preacher artist than just a gangster artist. I want to preach. I like to preach. I don't know why I like to do it. It comes naturally.
right,
If I could wear
right.
that black and white thing one day, I'll love it because
Go ahead.
it's gonna fit my neck real well, and I'm gonna have a congregation that's gonna be healthy, and I'm gonna give
Yeah,
everybody jobs, and it's gonna be the community's going. You're not gonna have a naked city in Baltimore. You're not gonna have a bunch of naked cities with like abandoned buildings. That's what I mean by naked, like abandoned buildings for blocks. I would fix those
mm,
up if I had my hands on some real good powerly change, money, some coins. I'll fix neighborhoods. I'll build old folk homes, build more shelters so we can have stop the homeless. Have you ever seen Skid Row in California? Lord
mm-mm.
Jesus, it's miles of tents. People
Oh,
that went
wow.
there searching for dreams that end up getting stuck and they live there. So if I had the millions that I'm aiming for, I wouldn't even go buy a big 40 acre and a mule and a mansion. I'll take a whole $3 million and just go around the world and just giving people homes. I
Yeah,
wouldn't go out there and buy a diamond necklace, and I still take a cab because that money's not for me to get. That money's not for me to spend and be selfish. If I get $2 million right now, upon the Lord's name, I will not lie on you, Lord. I will take that money and go around the whole world and fix up everywhere I gotta fix up, so there won't be no condemned cities. There won't be no
right.
homeless. I'm tired of homeless people. They don't deserve that. I'm gonna help them
Right.
one day. I will.
And and again, we talk about this all the time on the show that we have to remember some homeless people are working people,
Mm-hmm.
but because of the price of living, the cost of
Mm-hmm.
living, they can't afford the housing.
That's right.
So every homeless person is not just that person on the street wanting somebody to give them something.
Mm-hmm.
They working, but they ain't making enough.
That's right. And that's why you gotta get. That's why you gotta have a guy with credentials. Not just saying myself, but somebody that can hear it. I'm talking into the universe. They can hear me to up
Hmm.
that wager. Give us $32 an hour. We doing the labor. Why we gotta get?
Right,
Why I gotta get $14 an hour when I'm doing all this work for 9 hours? Why I can't get $32 an hour? You got the money. It ain't your money. It's the government's money. They got money for
right,
war, but can't feed the poor. You got
right,
money to go. You got money to send the troops to Afghanistan, but you can't give us $10 more. That's what they're trying to shut down. Why do you think the Malcolm X, the Marcus Garveys, the Martin Luther Kings, even Nipsey Hussle had it going on when he was taking his neighborhood? They always shoot you down when you get to the people's meeting. Tupac. Tupac was a good friend of mine, a real good friend of mine. Love him.
mm,
Taught me a lot too. You know, when you control the world without social media, you got millions of people listening to you, and you're directing them the right way, they kill you. So after they kill the person that's directing you, you running wild like if a dog is on a leash and its owner let him go for a couple of hours. The dog gonna run around biting people because he ain't on a leash no more.
hmm,
So it's a mental leash where I'm convincing the people, listen, don't you go back and pull that trigger. Go over there and write that rhyme, hit that studio. Don't go pull that trigger. Go over there and mop that floor. Don't worry about it. You're gonna have a check at the end of the week. And
right.
at the end of the year, you might be a manager and you might end up owning a joint because you got to start from the bottom. It's quick to rob and steal, but it's so hard to get a job. Why?
Right, right.
Go to
Wow.
school. It's free online. Go to school.
That's it. Look for different, avenues. Right now, there are different, um, gosh, options for lack of a better word.
Mhm.
So maybe you don't go to that college 2 states away because out of state tuition is too high. But there are options now that are online where you can still get that degree and it'll still be just as powerful if you get it online as if you go to that college 2 states away.
That's right.
And so and then when you get the paper, it's what you do with it, right? And so I
Mhm.
love the fact that you are teaching because guess what? One As we teach, we do expire. You're not going to be here forever, but
Nope.
what you're doing, your message will be here forever because you're teaching people, you're imparting it into people, you're giving people that encouragement. So your legacy will live on
Right.
when you're gone. So,
And I don't mind passing the torch. Is that when I pass the torch, you got to be able to stand as a man, and you can't be thinking about yourself. I know everybody want to be famous and be a star, but stars die. Stars are rock in the sky that's going to lose fire once it hit the atmosphere. Being famous is temporary. You be famous and then you die. You're actually more famous after you die.
I mean,
Some guy, right?
mm-hmm,
Some people that's out there, like not too many people knew about a lot of singers and actors till after they were dead. The
right.
commitment they put into this industry. I met a lot of people my whole entire life. I met a lot of folks in the industry, a lot, and they all told me the same thing. From 1989, when I first came out with Doug and all that, and I was a kid, like a kid. They said, don't try to be a star, or be famous, because stars just stars just lose power in the sky when they hit that, and you just stop burning. It turns to a rock, stiff, and you're only
Yeah.
famous after you die. You're famous in the limelight, but when you die, you're more famous.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever
And
gonna
I
see you.
mean, let's take it for example, Will Smith, like you mentioned before. I mean, okay, now Will Smith has done all these great movies. Will Smith has been an impact, but okay, Will Smith slapped somebody, okay,
Mhm.
and so now it's like everybody's drawing back, everybody's taking everything away, everybody's
Right.
putting them on, and I'm like, but he's still Will Smith, who's done all these amazing things. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
And I've never heard about him doing anything else before that. I mean, somebody said he slapped somebody who tried to kiss him or something. I don't know about that, but I didn't even know
Yeah.
about that.
Mhm.
So because of one instance, so you're right. Stars,
One
there's
thing,
some.
one thing will take everything away.
Yep, yep. So
Right.
we got to be doing more than just like you said, wanting just to be in the limelight. We got to
Yeah.
be there in purpose and for purpose.
If you're in the
We got to be there.
limelight, if you're in the limelight, make sure you're in the limelight the right way. Like
Right,
I'm in the
right,
limelight, but I'm preaching in the limelight, and they hate it.
right.
I come into a party, everybody be talking about the cool clothes they got on, but your brother, you know the word? Oh, come on, Reem. Know the word. You gonna hear the word today. The word. The Lord says, I must tell you the word. We're gonna be
Right.
cool and hip, but you gonna hear the word first. Then you gonna smoke a
Yeah.
little weed, but you gonna hear the word.
Honey,
That's
take
what
that word with you because that word is what's gonna take you through. That word is what you're gonna stand on when everybody not calling your name, when everybody not calling
right.
you for roles. So you
Mm-hmm.
gotta have something on the inside of you that keeps you going. And so
Yep.
for us, it is the word.
I am the street preacher. That's what they call me. K. Davis Hitman, aka the street preacher. I preach in these
Yeah,
streets like I'm crazy. But you know what? I won't stop. No matter how big of an artist I get, I will continue to preach the Lord's word.
there you go. So our time is coming to an end, but I wanted to ask you, for people, like maybe some of the young artists who, are interested in getting into music.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. That are interested in getting into music, or making beats and wanting to, expand their career. What is some advice you would give to them?
Well, I
Just
think
being
that you
yourself.
should continue the path of originality, becoming yourself, right? Always have a plan A, B, and C, right? And always read your contracts because the contracts is the most thing that will destroy you. There's hidden fees in there, there's hidden things in there. They can control your life, they can own you. And don't be scared to be yourself, man. And you can make gangster music, you can make whatever you want to make, and it's just have patience. It takes time for the record to blow. It takes time for you to get people to recognize you, and don't never stop. No matter what anybody tell you, you continue and fulfill that mission. Don't stop. Believe in yourself always. All you got is you.
That's it. Don't stop. I like that. Don't stop.
Mhm. Don't stop.
Because, really, even if you're impacting 10 people on a regular basis and you change those 10 people's lives,
That's right.
who knows what those 10 people will do, you know?
Yeah.
So it's still spreading. So just be consistent with the ones who are there.
That's right.
Don't look at it in a negative way. And I think that's important. Just continue to be yourself and keep going.
That's right. True. And that's the truth. You said it. You said it perfectly.
Well, Kay Davis, you hold on with us. We're going to take another short break, and then when we come back, make sure you tell everybody how they can follow you. Tell them about your music, where they can find it. I know it's on all platforms, but just tell them how they can, keep abreast of what you're doing, so they'll know like when the movies and all that stuff come out. Okay,
Okay.
so stay with us, and we'll be right back after this quick commercial.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for being such a wonderful listening audience, whether you were listening live or on the replay. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, Making Connections with Aly and Shay, so that you can get notified every time we go live. Do you have a burning message to share with the audience? Contact Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com with your topic idea and your message to be booked on the show. And if you're an inspirational speaker or a motivator or simply seeking a platform to share your message, contact Miss Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com to be considered for 30 to 60 minutes of weekly airtime right here on the Making Connections Network. Again, contact Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com to be considered for 30 to 60 minutes of weekly airtime, your own radio show right here on the Making Connections Network.
You heard it here.
Hey.
If you are interested, in starting your platform or, just being a guest, reach out to us at 980-389-6826 or send us email. But right now, before Kay Davis leaves us, Kay Davis the Hitman, his current single, Doug Fresh, is out. We listened to it earlier, so if you are coming in the show late, make sure you go back and start from the beginning because he shares some great information. And so,
That's
Kay
right.
Davis, before you leave, definitely give us your last words of encouragement and tell people how they can follow you and find your music.
You can follow me on Instagram at the real K Davis the Hitman, and Facebook is Manson Bates MANSONE Twitter is at K Davis the Hitman. On TikTok, K Davis the Hitman. You can just Google me, K Davis the Hitman. My words of encouragement is stay true to yourself, stay humble, and love the Lord.
That's it. I
Amen.
love it. Well, thank you so much for being a guest on the show. I mean, I really have enjoyed this conversation. I hope we have more to come. You are always welcome here.
Thank you.
Definitely keep us abreast of what's going on. I'm going to go follow all your handles right now. And I'll update also the description for this video, so it'll be there when we share it. And so, thank you so much for just everything that you're doing. So, I will definitely keep you in prayer because I know what it's like when you're trying to do something for the Lord. So, I'll definitely keep you in my prayers. And, welcome home anytime, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Well, you take care. And,
Take care.
guys, yes, we're here every Saturday at 12 noon and every Monday at 2 p.m. Make sure you go like making connections with Aly and join the Facebook group. So that's where we put a lot of announcements and things that are going on in the community. And so until next time, as always, we're leaving you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Have a great day, everybody.